All right, what do I want on this? I'm going to take this up into that daily support at 525. 525 is my PT on APDN with a 1-to-1 stop. So 475 is going to have to be the stop out point. So APDN. I just got an alert for MDIA as well. I just got an alert for MDIA. So that may be given a setup right now, possibly. But I'm going to keep my focus on APDN right now. And boom. All right, eyes on APDN again. I think this might give us another play here. Eyes on APDN. Got my finger on the trigger. Not in yet. Let's see if it whips back. That's what I'm watching for right now. I'm seeing if it whips back and doesn't just flush to the. Let's see what it does. Yep. Boom. I'm gonna hit it. All right, I'm gonna hit APDN again, but cutting down size to preserve profits. And I'm gonna go with the same PT as previously. 525 and same stop out point 475. So what's the reason for jumping in this? We just took out low of day sell side down into our same support levels, our 2 weekly support levels and $5 whole number support. So let's see if we can get a little small retracement back up into that 525 and cutting it. I got to cut it, but APDN, keep in mind, you know what? I'm going to hit this, but I'm going to cut down size again, but I'm going to give this a shot because, well, we got several levels like I mentioned, but also I like how much it's respecting it. So I am going to hit APDN right here. Same thing I mentioned earlier. Where do I want to take this? I want to take it up in the 490, 494 with a 1-to-1 stop. What does that mean? That means stop's going to have to be right at low of day pretty much, 446 and night. All right, so let's go over this real quick. Let's go over this APDN. Since this is where all my trades have been today. So first trade of the day was off of what? It was off of weekly and whole number support. So we got our flush, boom, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. You get that big flush. Get to run out liquidity. Because if we're gonna get a dip buy, it needs to run out that liquidity. It sure did. You can see you had a little 1-minute swing low at 518. It ran that out, and then it ran out our larger levels at 9:14 a.m. Eastern time. It ran out that liquidity, and then our largest liquidity pool, which is right smack on $5 at 8:42 a.m. Eastern time. So it ran those levels. So big flush at the bell, running sell side down into our key levels of support. We got 3. Not 1, not 2. We got 3 key levels of support in there. 2 weeklies and whole number support at $5. Whole number support is your strongest psychological level of support. So you get that flush, boom. There's your setup. What's the PT? 520. Yeah, 525, which is what's daily. It's daily resistance, and it is natural resistance being the 25-cent level. Had a 1-to-1 on it. As always, 1-to-1 is the max loss. So 475, plenty of wiggle room. And it didn't take long. It ended up literally a minute after it popped up into that level. Now, on that second flush, I got right back into it. So that second flush took out low of day. What's resting underneath low of day? Sell side. We got sell side underneath low of day. Takes out sell stops. Who do you think's putting their sell stops below low of day? Mainly momentum traders that are looking for that red to green. So see how price kind of dipped at 9:30, then curled up. We have a little red to green momentum play. We already know lots of breakout buyers are piling in that. And even dip buyers that were looking for a little bit more. Low of day, most popular place, you're going to keep your stop. Those stops do what? Those stops get ran, they get taken out of the marketplace, right back down into our weekly support, back down into our whole number support. Boom, jumped right back into it as soon as it popped back above that level, showing that it wasn't being respected below it. What happened? I did end up taking an L on that second trade. So basically, it was a little fake out. It faked me out. It did pop back above our $5. We got that whip back action I always talk about. What I saw was it wasn't being respected below it. It was just going down for the attention to take out sell stops. But what happened was it popped back up into that weekly level inside a 1-minute fair value gap to the downside. Where's that at? Well, here, let me plot it on here real quick. So 3 candles, 9:34 a.m., 9:35 a.m., 9:36 a.m. That's a fair value gap to the downside. So it tapped up into that imbalance, which is bearish inside that weekly, reclaimed it as resistance, and then boom, slam lower. Had to take the L on it. Now, a little bit later, for the third trade, again on APDN, after I saw that it was really, so we got several levels down here. We got 4 levels of support down here, 2 weeklies, 2 daily, and a little bit farther down, you got yesterday's highs. As soon as I saw that it was being respected, so it wasn't just continuing to get beat up, it was showing me that it was respecting these levels. It was curling back up, putting in higher lows. I jumped right back into it. What's the PT this time? PT is 494. Why 494? It seems like a random price point. Nope, it is weekly resistance. 494 is that weekly resistance. It was support. It was support before we had that flush, but support when broken becomes resistance going forward. 494. That's the PT. That's resistance with a 1-to-1 stop, low of day, and yep, that was the play.